Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a couple of new products that I am playing with and one that I've been using on and off that I'm going to give a review on. One is a first impressions. The second one is going to be one that I used once, and so I'm gonna kind of give it another round and see what I think about it. And the third one is a palette that I've been using for a while that I have a love-hate relationship with. So I'm gonna be going over all of those products with you. If you guys are new here, before we begin, if you would just, go down and click subscribe and, go ahead and give this a thumbs up while you're there. And let's get started. So the first product I wanted to play with is the Makeup Revolution. I've heard so many things about this little stick here, and I've actually heard some really good reviews. I just got it. I got the color F12 because I am a bit tan. So let me show you what it looks like. Ooh. It retails for $9 at Ulta. This is how the stick comes. You get oh, look at that. It's a good amount of product, right? And I mean, a $9 foundation, drugstore foundation, I would say the Maybelline Fit is my absolute favorite. And also Revlon's Color Stay, because I really feel like it stays put. So those are my two favorite drugstore foundations. So I'm really excited to try this bad boy out with all the good reviews that it has had and give it a first impression. I'm not going to start with a primer when I first try something. I don't always wear a primer, so I like to see how it works with my skin before I use a primer. Well, here we go. See how this plays out. To blend, I'm going to use my Real Techniques blurring brush or buffing brush. I really like this for cream foundations. So far, it is blending out really nicely. I don't think it looks too heavy. It actually kind of looks like skin. I'm not mad at it. I like the color. I don't think it's too orange. I don't think it's picking up on too much red. So for concealer, I'm going in with my Kylie Cosmetics concealer. This is in the color Maple. And then if you've seen my previous video, I like to blend with my fingers. So far on first impression, I would say that the foundation is more skin-like. It is a little more on the dewy side. I see a little bit of a sheen, and I do like that. I'm not going to add any more, but I can tell that it is buildable. So this is so far really cool because I feel like you can use just a little bit to sheer it out. If your skin is feeling great and you just want a little bit of coverage, you can definitely get that with this stick, which is great. So you get 12 milliliters of product for $9. What are you guys thinking so far? It's kind of nice. I feel like as it's gone down to my neck, it's picked up on some of the red undertones, which is really interesting. But I feel like on my face, it's staying a little more on the golden side. I'm not mad at it. I like the way the concealer is blending into the foundation. First, I'm gonna set under my eyes with the KKW Beauty. This is powder number 1. So I want to keep this gold going, and I'm going to use my trusted, almost finished Ben Nye powder. I am going to mix a little bit of my No Name powder. I got this powder off of a beauty show, and it's one of those, it's a private label company, but I really like the formula. And I don't know, I've just been using it. I'm gonna take a little sponge and press this powder into my skin. Okay, so now that I have set with powder, I do like the way that it is sitting. My pores look a little large just through the inner apples of my cheek. I mean, I have large pores anyway, but I feel like it's smoothing over very well. If I was to add a little more powder, I think it would help, but I'm not that picky. So moving on, we are going to do eyes, and this is one of the products that I am in a love-hate relationship with, and this is the Mega Pro. Oops. This is the Mega Pro palette by Lorac. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, look at how beautiful this palette is. I mean, you have all these gorgeous colors, right? And the ones that spoke to me the most were this deep teal color here and indigo right here. Those two colors were the main reason I got this palette. I mean, there's other beautiful colors as well, but what I find is, first of all, this palette has a ton of kickback, which I'm not too thrilled with. And then some of the payouts, like the reds, are really like they hold their pigment very well, but then I was so disappointed with this deep teal and then this indigo color because it doesn't translate onto the eye. It falls out everywhere, so you definitely have to put your foundation on after, or use a ton of powder, or even take a towel or tissue and hold it there so that it lands on the tissue. That's another trick you can do if you have done your foundation already. Foundation's looking good, by the way. So far I'm liking it. So far I like it. It's back to the palette. So the colors, they can blend well together, but they do get patchy. So, and then like this lilac color right here, which is a super light purple, I mean, that just doesn't even show up. But yet this orchid color right here, which is a soft pink, shows up, and it's super pretty. So I don't know, maybe it's just my skin tone it's not coming up, but I feel like if orchid comes up, why doesn't lilac? I don't know. But this is the palette we're gonna play with, and we will go from there. I'm gonna use, again, the Kylie concealer to conceal and set my eyes. I don't typically use concealers as my eye base. I love using and prefer using eye primers, but I will say for a short-term use, this Kylie concealer works out really well. I'm just gonna take a large fluff brush and I'm gonna go into, I usually go into either cream or fawn, and now that I know lilac doesn't do anything for me, I can go into lilac too. So why not? Let's try lilac. Let's go into lilac and just set all over the eye. Make sure there is no creasing. I mean, if you guys can see, it's really not doing anything. Do you even notice anything? Probably not. Nothing, right? Okay, don't really know what look I'm doing. I just am kind of going in. So I'm gonna go in with this color right here, Sepia, which is a really pretty neutral tone, a little bit warmer. And I am just going to start this in my crease. So you can see it's blending nicely. The color looks good, it's there. Okay, then I'm gonna switch to a crease brush. This is a 239 pinched crease brush. I don't know what brand, but you know. Now, this is a color that plays out really nicely, which is this mulberry color. It's a beautiful wine mulberry. It's like a beautiful mulberry color. Did I just say that 5 times? This color is really pretty and the pigment comes out really nice on it, as you can see. It's like a wine essence. And I'm just gonna keep this a little tighter in the crease. This is one of the colors that I like, and I feel like this color makes my eyes pop. If you have green or blue eyes, bam, or even light brown, even brown, any color. This is just a beautiful color. This was also a color that I saw that I was like, ooh, you know. Indigo is this beautiful color right here. This color right here. So as you can see, it's like a dark purple and it has a lot of shimmer to it. It was so pretty when I saw it, and I think we're gonna go ahead and put that on the crease. Because I went ahead and did my foundation first and I know that this falls, I'm gonna place a paper towel under my eye, and I just want to pat that in. It's actually not looking too bad. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have some fallout right in there. Dang it. I'm gonna add a little bit of powder to my brush. Helped. It's there a little bit, but dang. So it actually didn't do too bad. But this is the type where once you start manipulating it, it thins out. I don't know if you guys can see, but do you see how I just went back and forth a couple times and it's already starting to thin out the color? It's like pulling the color away. I'm gonna go back in and try to blend, not adding any product. On this eye, I am going to try, I think I'm gonna go in with this Cabaret color. I got this liner from Sally's Beauty Supply. And since we're playing with the reds, I'm just gonna base it all over my eye. It's gonna pick up on some of these red undertones. We'll see how it looks. I'm gonna take a brush and just smooth that out on my eyelid. And make sure when you guys do this, you're taking it to meet, you make sure you're taking it all the way up to meet the crease color and blend it into that crease color, because then when you apply a shadow on top of an eyeliner, it holds to the eyeliner and you'll notice a difference. Like you'll notice the line. If you don't blend that line out, you'll notice where the eyeshadow will stick and doesn't blend out. I already feel like it's sticking better and it's holding better. I feel like it's not pulling the eyeshadow off and tearing it away. Oh, look at that fallout, you guys. I know better, but I just wanted to show you guys what I mean. Now I'm gonna go back in with the crease brush. I'm just gonna go back and blend this crease out. Okay, so you guys see the difference? So that's what I mean when you're doing these colors. A lot of times, a lot of darker colors, you know, you do have some shadows that hold really, really well and that pack on pigment really nice. But if you really want your pigment, like just as a safety precaution, really want to pick up a pigment, a dark pigment, and you want it to stay that dark, you want to base it with an eyeliner. So I know we did this eye, but I'm gonna see if I can get away with it by placing some of this and going back on top. Let's see if it'll blend out. Okay, not too bad, but it did create some more fallout here. Oh my god, you guys, it's so pretty. Blend it a bit more. I'm gonna dip back into Merlot and just add a little more of that color here in my crease. It's so pretty. Okay, let's continue. I am going to go ahead and finish my eyes, and then we will come back and I will show you the third product that I want to review. Okay, so I have finished my eyes. Before we finish with this palette, I just wanted to let you know that it retails for $59, and I was looking on Amazon to see, it is on Amazon, you can find it. They have two similar palettes. There's the Mega Pro, and then there's the Mega Pro 2 and 3. And that's why I'm in a love-hate relationship with this palette, because it is just so pretty and you really can play with the colors and you can get some good payout. There's just a lot of fallout everywhere all over the face, even some of the neutrals, so just be careful. But some of these pigments really do have good quality, you know, a good payoff to them, but there is a lot of kickback in the palette. So at $59, it's currently unavailable at Amazon right now, which I didn't even know they had it on Amazon, but what isn't on Amazon? So with that being said, I don't know if Amazon has a better price than $59. I was fortunate. I just happened to, I follow Lorac on Instagram, and I saw that they had a 50% off sale. So I got this palette for 50% off, and I'm glad I did, because had I paid $60 for it, I don't know if I would be too happy with it. But I do, I really like it. I'm just mad at a couple of things about it. So moving forward, I didn't want to do my mascara because one of the other products that I'm going to test out is this Mia Adora 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. Now, I've used this once before. I did a review on Instagram. It was a first time review. So when you open it, the box is super cute. When you open it, it looks, oops, let's pretend that didn't happen. It comes with this little brush, which the instructions are here, and it doesn't say anything particularly about this little brush, but I believe you use it to just spread your lashes out and detangle them if they are. But this is what it looks like. So you have where it says 1 and 3, and then 2. You do have to put the fibers on fairly quickly once you apply the first coat of gel. Then it instructs you, once it is dry, go back in with the gel mascara to seal everything in. When I first used it, it did have a bit of a chemical scent to it, which I wasn't, you know, that's something I didn't like, but it didn't affect my eyes. It didn't bother my eyes. It didn't make my eyes water. So that was good, and it went away fairly quickly. So even though it has a chemical scent, it's not too strong, I'm gonna say. And I'm pretty sensitive. My skin is pretty sensitive. My eyes are very sensitive. So this is what it looks like. It's a black gel, and you start by putting that on. You want the gel to be wet for this fiber, these fibers. So quickly go in with your fibers, and be careful because they are fibers. And you want to put it on the upper half of your lashes. Don't bring it all the way down. This is number 2. It does instruct you to not go all the way to the base of your lash. You want to put this on the upper half of your lash, and if your lashes are really short, you want to actually place this probably just at the tip. So this is what the brush looks like, and if you can see, they are all fibers. Let's go back in with this gel. So this is what they look like. With and without. Okay, I went ahead and finished up. For blush, I used MAC Breezy, and I also used a soft and gentle MAC highlighter. I went back in with Cashmere from the Lorac palette, which is this really pretty color right here. Use that as my inner corner highlight. And for lipstick, I lined my lips with Cinema Secret's Persimmon pencil. I wanted to use this to kind of pick up on the berry color, and then I went in with my NYX Cosmetics Matte Velvet. This is in the color Soft Femme, which is actually a really pretty pink. Thoughts. So, the Mia Adora Fiber Lash Mascara. This bad boy retails for $26 on Amazon. So I do like the way that it looks. I do feel like they make my lashes look fuller and lengthier. I feel like practice makes perfect though, so to kind of be able to manipulate it the way you want. Let me know your thoughts. Get it, let me know what you think. As far as my love-hate Lorac palette, I love it, I really do. It's a great travel palette. You have a lot of diversity with it. Overall, I would say get it when it's on sale. I hate to say that, sorry Lorac, I love you guys, but just a little improvement on the eyeshadows. So this is the final look. I'm glad you guys stuck with me through this. I think I'm gonna come back and do a wear test and see how this wears. I actually have no plans. I have no plans to go anywhere. I might. I don't know, it's Taco Tuesday, we'll see. Okay guys, I wanted to do a check-in with you. It is 11:30 at night, and I think I put this makeup on around 4:30, 5 o'clock at the latest. I really don't know what time it was. Anyway, so it's been about 6 hours, let's say, and this is the result so far. I've blotted a couple times just with blotting paper. I haven't used any powder, I just used blotting paper. And I do have a good amount of sheen, but that is normal for me. That's very typical. My skin's very oily, so I will say it looks really nice. I really like it. I feel like it held up really nice. There is a bit of breakup through, like, around my nose area, which is kind of standard for me. Like, usually on my nose it breaks up a lot, or sometimes around my nose, but in this general area there's always something going on, so that's kind of standard. Other than that, the coverage is still there. It still looks good. The it really hasn't oxidized much more from when I originally put it on, and I'm pretty pleased with it. As far as the mascara, I didn't want to wipe it off. I saw it and it's bothering me and I didn't want to wipe it off, but if you can see, I do have some fibers that have fallen onto my skin. I don't know, maybe it's just I didn't coat it with enough gel, because this side is fine. This side I didn't have any fallout as far as the fibers go, but this side it happened a couple times throughout the night, so there's that. And then as far as the eyeshadow, as you can see, it did not hold up really at all. Like, that's horrible. Look how patchy it is, and it just didn't really hold up. But once again, I usually use an eye primer. It's very rare that I use a concealer, and this is why. I feel like concealers, they're meant to conceal, but I do not feel that they are meant to hold eyeshadow. That is the difference between an eyeshadow primer and a concealer. I'm very disappointed in that. I would have to try it again for you guys, and this next time use an actual eye primer. For $60, I don't know that I would recommend this. But I don't know, if you happen to catch it on sale, I would say definitely try it. Keep an eye, if you know it is something to play with, you can make it work, the shadows. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Here you have it. I hope you guys enjoy your night. I am gonna go to bed.